Hi, I'm Yoah, like Noah, but with a Y, and that's me, covering my broken face with a towel filled with ice. How did I get here? Let's start from the beginning. After hiking the GR221 in Menorca, I hopped on a ferry to neighbouring Menorca to walk the GR223, aka the Cami de Cavalls, a 180-kilometre circular trail tracing the Menorcan coastline. I started in Ciutadella because that's where the ferry dropped me, but you can obviously start anywhere you like. Here are 5 things to expect if you're looking at hiking the GR223. You'll be walking on hard-packed dirt or rock most of the time, along with some sand with very little road, through landscapes that tend to be dry, exposed and undulating. One does not simply walk around Menorca. While its olive wood gates aren't guarded by orcs, there sure are a great many of them. The gates, that is. The Cami de Cavalls is essentially a walking tour of the island's 100 plus beaches, bays and coves. If you're into that sort of thing, as well as nudity and regular dips in the Mediterranean, you will probably enjoy the GR223. Many of the beaches are undeveloped, quiet and secluded, and some make for decent places to spend the night, but more on that later. I'm not massively into rocks, like at all, but some of the stuff in Menorca turned me from an average, indifferent to rocks kind of guy into a bit of a geodude. At least for the duration of the trip. Because there are no shelters or refuges geared towards hikers or much in the way of affordable accommodation along much of the trail, you'll probably want to bring some camping gear. I brought a poncho tarp I never needed to pitch or wear, and a bivvy, and slept in some of the more remote coves and on the beaches mentioned previously. This can be a little awkward because you'll probably want it to be dark by the time you set up camp, but it's perfectly doable. You'll be able to find places to sleep on the cheap in the 2 cities on either side of the island, with Mahon in my case offering a welcome break from sleeping rough. Fringe benefits included good food, the ability to recharge electronics, and the opportunity to wash clothes and, of course, my by then grimy self. I was basically having a great time with it all. You know, crushing miles and wearing smiles, until on day 5, in a moment of carelessness, disaster struck. You're not going to believe this, but I broke my nose. I was running down this hill. One moment I was running, and the next moment my face was just hitting a rock. Other than the injury on my nose and just general face area, I'm pretty alright. I've got a little thing on my hand here and a little bump on my knee. But apart from that, I'm feeling pretty okay. When it had just happened though, I was definitely not feeling okay. There's a lot of blood. I tried calling emergency services, but I didn't have any reception. I was scared. So I kept walking, and after a while I did have reception, so I called them. They took me to the hospital in Mahon, where they treated me, and for a minute there I was kind of worried that they were going to say, there's no fracture, you've just called an ambulance for a bloody nose. Thankfully, my nose was broken. I did ask if it's okay for me to do the last day of the trail today, but I've got these plasters on my face, and they are there instead of stitches. And the doctor and the nurses said that I can't get them wet. And so the doctor advised against going on the last day of the hike. So yeah, that's the sitch. I'm going to keep you updated on the healing process. I hope my nose is still going to look, good's not the right word, but like it did before. Maybe even a little bit better, that would be a bonus.
People who need special attention may indicate this reception.
So this is day 4 after the incident, and got a bit of a black eye. don't know if you can see. And picked some scabs off my nose. And yeah, healing seems to be going well. Very little pain. That's a little update.